Hey guys, it's Moz. So, I have a lot of updates for you guys. Yesterday, as you know, we stopped off at like level 20. Right now, we're sitting pretty at a nice level 23. That Scrivener quest that we did yesterday gave us some really nice pieces of 320 gear. We're sitting pretty with 320 weapons. Well, I guess the shield counts as a piece of armor. We also have a nice sack that we made. I also found out that I don't have to use the musket for the bison hunting anymore, which is wonderful. I just use my Warhammer now and I can actually do damage, so that's fantastic. So our goal today is what we're going to want to do is I checked up on where my skills were at. So currently we're sitting pretty at a 50 armoring and a 50 engineering. These are kind of essential for me right now considering I'm going heavy armor. And then weaponsmithing. So we want to get that weaponsmithing up to at least 50 so we can start making steel equipment. Steel equipment will just help us along to the next level. Remember, ultimately we do want to get that to level 100 so that way we can make star metal equipment. So that way our level 40s there isn't much of a lull. I do want to show you guys the point that I was making the other day. So if you look here, this is the faction board. We can go ahead and purchase our rewards. So Scrivener was what I had gotten yesterday. It's typically a level 25. You can see here the level requirement for the 345 gear that they have is level 25, but I unlocked it early, and it's a good thing I did because actually at level 20 and 21 you can get access to the weapons. The Kabbalist is the next step. Not sure how worth it getting, or I'm sorry, the Chronicler is the next step. Not sure how worth it getting Chronicler is going to be, considering this drops 420 gear. We should be able to get 390 gear from the Amrin dungeon, but this should be one of our lesser goals, because as you can see this is all level 40 gear, and that is going to give us our items for level 40. Reason why I say I'm not sure how worth it is, as you can see here, the pricing on these is starting to get a little high. You know, 500 per two-handed weapon, 300 per one-handed weapon, and 100 to 150 per piece of gear. That may not be entirely worth it because we can actually get majority of that gear for free if we farm it from Amrin, as well as farm it from Starstone, which is the dungeon up here. But I think for now, what our next goal is going to be is we are going to want to achieve level 25, and we are going to want to fill these with steel equipment. Let's go ahead and do that, and let's get this started. So the very first thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to go over here to the workshop. This is where we can make all of our steel equipment. So as of right now, I think what I want to start with is a steel mining pick, and I'm going to go ahead and dump 30 Azoth into it, so I have a very high chance at 2 perks. I want to go ahead and make as many of these as I can until I get something with Azoth extraction. If I get Azoth, I got Azoth extraction on the first one. That's perfectly fine. Bam. Done, and we can get rid of our iron one. That's actually perfect. I couldn't have asked for that to go any better. So let's go with the logging axe next. I think this one's going to benefit us more so than the harvesting sickle or the skinning knife. So let's go ahead and dump another 30 Azoth. This is why we save our Azoth, so that way we can put the perks on these items. Oh, and we got Azoth extraction on the first go there too. That's actually wonderful. So that we can put the perks that we want on the tools that we're using. I'm not so worried about putting the perks that we want on the armor or on the weapons at the moment, but I am trying to get as many of these Azoth extracted as I possibly can. So let's go ahead and make the steel knife now. So we got really lucky the first couple of times, and now our luck has run dry, it looks like. All our RNG was used up in the first two. Azoth extraction, come on, give it. Nice! Alright, we got the Azoth extraction skinning knife. Now let's go ahead and do the harvesting sickle. Hopefully we get lucky here because there's only 4 that we're able to make. And we've spent approximately 400 Azoth on all of this. Nice! Azoth extraction on the very first one. It seems, from what I'm seeing, that the Azoth extraction is very, very common for the larger harvesting tools. I'm just going to go ahead and dismantle all of these. Get all those iron and steel bars back. And we're going to go ahead and I think we're going to farm up some more steel. We don't have a whole lot of... no, we're going to farm up iron first. Reason being is because we actually need that to finish up the level 50 weaponsmithing. Then once the level 50 weaponsmithing is done, we will most likely be around halfway to level 24. What I was going to do is I was going to run some more of the syndicate quests so that we can get some more of the reagents, and that would just make life easy. But let's check on our reagent situation really fast. Okay, it looks like our reagents are actually doing pretty good. We've got about 400 each, and again, once I hit level 25 and I can spam run Amarin, there will be a lot more reagents coming because there's a lot of chests in there. So I think instead of doing syndicate quests, what we're going to do is we're going to farm for a little bit. We're going to level up our weaponsmithing to 50, and then we are going to do side quests so that way we can replenish that Azoth that we lost, and we can also get some more coin because we are actually running really low. But we want to get some more coin so that way we're going to be able to purchase a house, because the house is actually going to start getting very important. Oh yeah, there's already somebody on this mining path. I can already see it. You can always tell. So there's a wonderful mining path here in the south of Windsward. I don't want to give it away too much. It seems like it's relatively uncommon, not something that people tend to patrol a whole bunch, because people usually go towards Everfall or Cutlass Keys. There's definitely some better farming out there. However, I like where people know it less, so that way there's a much higher chance of a higher yield. We got ourselves level 70 mining. We're actually getting up there really quick. I mean, at level 100, we're going to be able to mine star metal, and that's going to be a game changer. Pretty soon, we're going to be able to make a good amount of money soon as well. Star metal ingots themselves, they sell for around 6 coin per. And if you're willing to just sit and farm it out, you can actually make some pretty good cash off that. And we might spend some time doing that later on because our cash stack is getting a little low. This is what I mean. This is one of the most underrated iron vein farming paths, I think. I just think people overlook it because there's just other sites tell us that there's way better spots, but there's so few people that come through here that it just makes this iron vein farm just absolutely worth it. Oh, nice. We got ourselves a little mining achievement. What's that for? Collect 20,000 gathering type items. Like, put into context, that's that's a lot of mining, dude. That's so much mining. I also kind of want to go through and get all the achievements for this game. I'm not sure how we're able to do that, but we're going to try our best, I think. PvE, we're going to be able to get that really easy, because I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm an avid PvEer. I do participate in PvP from time to time, but I honestly prefer the chill side of things. Look at these wasteful players, dude. Leaving behind this tiny little innocent mining vein. Absolutely disgraceful. Mining level 75. Didn't we just hit 70 like 10 minutes ago? I guess that's what it feels like. Hey, I'm not complaining. Another mining level. Sweet. Alright, we're about at 300 kilos out of 306. I think we're finally all set. We can go back to town. We'll convert these into iron bars. I'm not sure if we're going to convert these into steel quite yet, because we do still want to level our weaponsmithing to 50, so that way we can craft steel weapons. And then we will see where we're at material-wise. Okay, so from one full inventory, we ended up with 415 iron ingots. That's actually pretty good. I mean, if we were to do that and we sold all of those at one apiece, I mean, we just made 400 coin. But we're going to actually save these, and we're going to use these for the weapons that we're going to make, so that way we can level our weaponsmithing. Honestly, the best advice that I can give when it comes to finding a good mining route, pay attention to your surroundings when you're doing quests. Really get to know an area. I've been in Windsward forever. Like, this has been... I'm level 23. I started in First Light, and I actually tried to get out of First Light as fast as humanly possible and made my way to Windsward, because Windsward just has so many resources and it's such a centralized location. But pay attention to what you're doing when you're doing syndicate quests, because you'll find little hidden gems a lot of the time that can really help you along with your progression in the game. So it looks like we don't have the ability to make a ton of weapons. I mean, we can if we use our rugged leather, but I don't know if we want to use our tier 2 leather for this. It's just not worth it for the leveling. So what we're actually going to go ahead and do is we are going to go on a skinning farm, get a full inventory of skins, and convert that into tier 1 materials. We'll be able to get level 50 weaponsmithing off of that. We may even be able to get a little bit higher, and we may actually be able to convert some of that iron that we got into steel. Oh, hey! Breakfasting with some boars. Achievement unlocked. I got the Baconator. Oh, yeah, dude. But I feel like everybody uses that title, so I think we're going to stay away from the Baconator. But that's a pretty cool title. Lit. This steel skinning knife has made my quality of life for skinning so much better. It's just so much faster, and the fact that I get a chance to get Azoth on it is just... It feels good, man. It feels really good. Oh, nice. Level 75 tracking and skinning. Large prey can now be tracked. That's actually going to be really useful for later on. It's going to make hunting missions a lot easier. Now, when they say large prey, I think what they're talking about is like elks and bison. I can't wait till you can start tracking small predators and large predators. I got incredibly bored of farming the boars and decided to go for something maybe a little bit higher level, closer to my level, so that way we could kind of speed up the process here. These give you much more skinning, not only skinning XP, but they give you more skinning materials as well. I kind of messed up, and I thought that the boars would be more efficient than they are. I think they may have been in the past, but I think they maybe patched those. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to finish this up. We're about 3/4 of the way through. I've been doing this for way longer than I wanted to, but that's just because skinning kind of takes forever. Okay, one more skinning ought to do it. We are finally reaching critical mass. I spent the last 30 to 40 minutes just farming the skinning. It's really rough, honestly. This is, of all of the professions in this game and the way they function, I honestly think skinning is my least favorite, but that's pretty much how it is in every game that I play. Skinning is never my ideal. I think it takes a really long time. So we're 3 kilos short. We're going to go back. We're going to refine this into standard leather, not the tier 2, and we can finally finish up our level 50 weaponsmithing. Alright, 354 coarse leather. That's actually quite a bit. It's going to be plenty to get the weaponsmithing to where we want it. And then what we'll go ahead and do is we'll convert any of the leftovers that we have into tier 2, possibly. We also got a lot of cooking material. So let's go ahead and get these final few weaponsmithing levels and see what we get out of this. Okay, I just noticed that we've hit and surpassed level 50 weaponsmithing. So I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to cancel the next craft. We got a nice 2000 XP. And let's go ahead and get all the repair pots and the ingots back out of this as we possibly can. This way is much faster. I managed to get 22 back. Here's the rub. Do we want to focus on 100 for our next goal? So 100 of any of these, whether it be engineering, armoring, or weaponsmithing. The only issue is 100 requires level 40 to wield. So if we were to focus more on the leveling aspect, then we wouldn't be playing catch up for very long. So I think what we're going to have to do is, it looks like charcoal is going to be a big crafting material. I could buy a ton of charcoal because charcoal does sell for cheap, but I think what we're going to do this time is we're going to gather up a bunch of wood. Reason why we're going to gather it ourselves is, once again, we have Azoth extraction. So doing stuff ourselves is going to be more beneficial in the long run as opposed to buying it. It'll give us Azoth, and it will give us the materials that we need as well as leveling skill. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to chop down some of these trees. I'm going to fill my bag with green wood. Reason being is because it's just the easiest to farm. And once my bags are full of green wood, I'm going to convert those into charcoal. What is going on here? I was just running, and there's apparently an invisible wall there. I mean, I see like this weird construct thing, but I can't get past it. What the heck was that? Okay. It's like not a dead tree or anything. It's just this, it's like sawdust. Don't cross the line in the sawdust. Alright, so we managed to get a full inventory of green wood. So let's go convert that green wood into charcoal. Normally I don't spend entire logging expeditions on getting charcoal, but I kind of figure fill up our charcoal stores. That'll help us a lot when we convert all of that iron into steel. Charcoal conversion completed. I'm perfectly okay with having 789 charcoal. We're going to convert these iron ingots into steel. Now that we no longer need the iron, or at least not for the purposes that they were serving earlier, and we have plenty of charcoal still to go around. I think we're going to do armoring levels. The reason why I think we're going to do armoring levels is because I want to get... Which one of these can I make the most of? That would be gauntlets. So we managed to get our armoring the whole way up to level 60 just from that, those 25, and we also got quite a bit of XP. We're already sitting pretty close to level 24. I think we're definitely going to grind the rest of that out, and let's go do some syndicate quests, but really fast, just to prepare myself. Amaran's going to be coming up very, very soon, and once it does, we're going to want to create as much as we possibly can, or we're going to want to run that as many times as we possibly can. We're doing pretty good right now, so let's go run some syndicate quests, and we're going to finish up the video with that, I think. Usually the first quests of the day... Oh, that's perfect that they're all one after the other. Wait, do I actually have to go inside of Amaran to do that one? I feel like I do. Yep, parentheses, it says expedition. Which is hilarious, because I can't do that, because I'm only level 23. I'm going to check and see if I can get into an Amaran run. I'm really upset that the last one was in the Amaran excavation. I mean, I'm hoping that I can get into one of these groups at level 23. I mean, but we'll see. Worst case scenario is what I think is I'll do is we will finish the video up with doing some of the main story quest. The reason being is because I know that'll give me a ton of XP. It'll definitely get me to level 25. And I should be able to get an Amaran attuning orb from that. Alright, we managed to get into an Amaran run, so we're going to be able to see that for the first time. I need to go ahead and back really quick. I have to go grab some gems, because I have to put a carnelian in my sword and in my hammer. Alright, so I just put carnelian gems getting ready for this Amaran run, so now anytime I use an ability that says that it would give a taunt, I will be taunting. Oh, I can get bones for Barkimedes. That's perfect. Now knowing that there are people that'll invite level 23s, this will make leveling so much faster. I'm going to go in there, I'm going to get as much XP from Amaran as I possibly can, and this is going to be, I think this is going to be how we close the video out. You guys get to see an Amaran run and get to see what I do with all the loot afterwards. Oh man, I can already hear my group doing damage. We're probably got a higher level team here. Yep, from what I can see, absolutely. They're like level 50 plus. They don't even need me. Alright, first supply chest. Let's see what we got in here. Ooh, look at all that loot. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's get all these guys all gathered up. And once they are, we're just going to drop the gavel. All right, hopefully someone here has an Azoth staff, because I do not. All right, that's another succulent bone. And then we're going to have our first exciting part of Amaran, which is going to be the first boss. We need to make sure that we stay out of the little pink... there's a little pink circle that he spawns beneath himself. It's going to spawn ghosts. I'm not going to want to stay in that for very long. Unfortunately, as a tank, I really only have like a dash. And I was just in the pink. There was no reason for me to be in the pink, but I was just in the pink. Alright, that we got to get out of and make sure that we get out of. But we still got hit. Alright, very nice. We didn't stand in any pinks, but we ended up getting a fire staff from that guy, which isn't ideal. Alright, there he is, Mr. Big Boss himself. He's just going to spawn some basic ads. He's not going to be too bad to take down. He's just much larger than the other Ravagers. Alright. First ever Amaran run completed. G motherfreaking G. We got ourselves some nice loot. We got ourselves some nice players here. That was a super smooth run. I couldn't have asked for anything better. And then we're just going to dip on out of there. Turn in our Barkimedes quest. We get 4,000 XP, 96 coin, 250 standing with 20 Azoth and a Barkimedes pup. And that's going to put us at level 24. So that actually gave us quite a bit. That gave us about a third of our XP. Now let's go through this loot, see if there's anything useful that we received. All right, we got a 14 strength with physical ward and refreshing. So we're going to lose about 8 constitution, but let me tell you, this is going to be a great item. That's going to be available to us at level 25. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Covered a whole lot. We did a lot of farming. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!